The best birthday celebrations are still on with the best deals on the best quality and range at OK Furniture. Save on the widest selection of home essentials at the lowest prices guaranteed. View our latest catalog here and shop online or in-store until the 7th of July 2024 while stock lasts. T's and C's apply. It is going to be powered by World Sports Betting. It is goodtimes.co.za. Mamelodi Sundowns, Rulani Mokwena, no longer an item. Breaking news story, really the biggest story that will be in this transfer window, unless maybe Orlando Pirates sign Ronaldinho or Chiefs sign Mbappe or Sundowns sign Haaland. This is going to be like the biggest story unless we see something ridiculous happening, of course. Yeah, very heartbreaking for those of us who are the disciples of people like Johan Cruyff and by extension Pep Guardiola and by extension Rulani Mokwena or Roberto De Zerbi. People who play football with an intention of attacking all the time. People who teach us things on the field of play as opposed to just winning because you just won 1-0 or throwing because it's 0-0 or losing because you lost 2-1 and the meaninglessness that we see in dominating the DSTV Premiership. Tso Vilakazi, former Mamelodi Sundowns attacking midfielder. You know that environment inside out. What was your reaction when you heard that Rulani was no longer the coach of Sundowns?
Mr. Kunjani futhi ngibulise wena ngibulise Justice ngibulise Junior ngibulise namakhaya cela support njalo iDiskiTV ngizobe nje njalo ngishike futhi
una commitment kule ntshebe so
no manje
you seem to be committed
no yeka manje I know
I saw it looks
you're
not happy with how it looks
no selithi manje adingiyeke ngibona ukuthi njani manje
oh yeah you were trying something out
no
once upon a time you had an SKL
ngishaya SKL na card ngifaka amaqhegu yabo so asusa yonke so
you're not happy or you want to continue with it?
No, I'm okay. Okay.
So it's a different look.
Yeah, no, you just need to change. Mr. Kyo, you know, when you've been in the game, you can see certain things from the distance.
Yeah. Well, you saw this. you saw it last year.
Yeah. Mr. Kyo, you know, that's why about the experience, you cannot go and buy it. You know, you've got the experience because I've been in the game and I saw it. Now it's a problem. Mr. Kyo, we spoke about it. It was, I would say, maybe an advice to him or something that we were supposed to be aware of it. But yeah, you know, we're going to have different beliefs. For me now, Rulani made a mistake. A big mistake when you get to a team. They've got a structure of a team, that's team structure. And the worst scenario in this is that when he was an assistant coach, the very same people were there. They were working. Oh
yeah, all of you including yourself, you were working together.
You were working together with these guys, our corner diligence. And then now you've got the power to turn things around.
Are you sure that it was him who exercised that decision?
One thing for sure. Maybe one day I'll be corrected. One thing for sure that I know is that Mr. Motsepe, he likes Amalegends.
Oh well, you will know that.
I know. That's what I need to, for sure. I doubt he was going to allow Guti Rulani Hambise Amalegend Sundowns and have other people that are going to run structures Sundowns. That one, maybe one day somebody will correct me. But one thing that I know about the president is that he loves Amalegend Sundowns. That's why Amalegend Sundowns were involved with development. So now when Rulani also was also there under Upito, he was assistant Gapito. Those legends were there. And Upito promoted young boys from the same legends like Sundowns. Abu Modisha, may his soul rest in peace.
Promise Mkoma.
Abu Mkoma. Abu Sabala Tre, Abu Mkulisi. We can name them, you know. And now when you look at him, okay, we've got the structure, the development. How many players did you promote? I mean, you've been there as an assistant. You were there as a co-coach. and then now it was you as a head coach. So are you saying in the past 2 years, so you didn't see any promising player?
I don't know which is which, so mangibona lezi ntwana, because zikhona zinyabonyanga nabontando nabobanban. I don't know which ones come from a school which is not the same as development of Sundowns.
Yeah.
Obviously Umabena we know he comes from school.
Yeah.
But there were young players that he promoted, but I don't know ukuthi babuya kule pipeline yakhe yokusponsor no Patela in a school, and they were not coming from Sundowns in itself. Like under 13, under 15, they've been at Sundowns for 10 years.
Mr. Gil, you know, I'm sorry to be in this position, and unfortunately, we just have to put things on the table. You know, and talking about our guy, you know, our brother, yes, he's younger than me, and for me, it's sad, Mr. Q.
I agree with you.
It's sad that instead of celebrating him, and then there's things that we just need to point out, of which we saw it, and we tried to put it to him to say, be aware of certain things that you are doing, that at the end of the day, you're going to hit that pass. And when that pass comes, you're not going to control that pass. It's going to hit you, and it's not going to be a nice thing. And now it's happening to him. And it's not something new. We all saw it. It's just that people, it's no see a tendency of Siboni to see pressure off. Siboni see pressure off. He was there as an assistant. He was there as a co-coach. And the head coach. And then he's got the power now as a coach. Now he's shown the door all the ex-players. You know, kune culture yetu. But in the levels of Pambi. So if you want to be better and better, you need to ask from the ones that are there. One is, these legends, they know the reason of them being in that system development is because they know the culture of the team.
Can I pose a different question, to counter what you're saying? We spoke about it off air. We didn't talk about it on video long time ago. And that's why I said you called it long time ago when we were talking about it, when we were starting to hear what was happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Peter did it, but he did it in a way that, not get rid of legends, but what it did was, I think it redirected Utrot Uguti Angabinanto Yogwenza in the first team.
Yeah.
And I think Alex Shakwana, may his soul rest in peace, I think he shifted a couple of people so that when Peter wants a player, Abangenindao Amakrot man.
Yeah.
Especially for his first team.
Yeah.
But he did something similar to Rulani, but what he didn't do is get rid of them Gulama Rolwabo.
Yeah.
He just said, if I'm going to be judged based on results, then angifuni muntu ozoma phambi kwami nokurecruit abadlali, which is why when they gave him a technical director he never really liked it. And their technical director I think was from Sweden. It was a guy from Sweden.
He once coached me.
Yes. Yeah, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, but and then we saw him, but we didn't see him. We saw him. He never really got to fulfill this role.
Yes.
Ngoba Opiso was of the opinion that if you are going to judge me based on the result, I recruited the wrong players. Whatever it is that you say I did, it will be my fault. Yes. He didn't want people to interfere between him and the first team. And then there were people who wanted to interfere because it makes them money. Sometimes we recommend abadlali, stuff like that. That's why hi. Amban. It will be me. So he did something similar, but I think he was smart enough to know that I shouldn't be messing with it development. So all I'm saying is that whatever we say about Rulani, and I agree with it anyways, but let's be mindful of the fact that Naim Klambe, he had this idea, which I'm molding this team into my image. But anyways, we've already spent 5 minutes talking about that. So do you think this has anything to do, of course, all of the build-up of all of those other things, but well, let's look at the results now. The AFL, the league, semi-final Champions League, Nedbank Cup, MTN 8, I wouldn't even count them. There are less than 8 matches that are played combined on those competitions. And he went to the final anyways. What do you think is the reason? Do you think it's football related? Ngogama result, ngokudlala, the best football in the country. Can Sundowns justify it? He wasn't playing well. He didn't win, even though he almost won the league undefeated and went to the semi-final of the African Champions League.
Yeah, Mr. Geo, you remember when I said, when he was buying all these players, I said he needs to be very, very careful when he buys those players, because it will come to a point where the team will say to him, We allowed you to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You spend this money, we won the Champions League. And if you're not gonna get it, and I said it, guys, I'm 100% sure. If he's not gonna win it, he's in trouble. I said it.
But why did it take the whole? So kudlalwe June.
Yes. Yes, I
and then you wasted your preseason. You just wasted it. Why did it take until the if it was really because Champions League they say pelile foot in the first June for the Sundowns. The journey had already ended.
Yes.
So why did it take the whole month if it's related to that? Behind the scenes where the people no, let's give him 1 more year. Why? Like I don't understand it.
No, Colonel, there were people that were saying, yes, we do understand that he didn't meet what we asked him to do, but there is a potential that next season he can do it better, So for me, the board was divided in two. There were others that they wanted him to stay, others they said no. We spend the money. And then now again, he will want to add somebody. Where are we going to get that money again? And again, if we're not going to get him whatever player that is going to ask for and they end up losing, he's going to come back and hunt us again to say, no, but you guys have asked for this, you never gave me. But now you've got the right now to come and say to me, I must win the Champions League. How? Because it means my team was not incomplete. When I've asked to complete my team, you guys never gave me that power to do it. So to me, the board doesn't. There are two teams there.
Do you think at the end of the final Nedbank Cup, they won on the 1st of June?
Yes.
Do you think that was already percolating? Because how can you live the whole month? You are happy most like in Manchester with FA Cup. We're waiting Uti Bazotini Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Why win a FA Cup?
Yeah.
And I said, well, Ten Hag is still the same person whether he won the FA or he lost it.
Yes.
He's still the same guy. If you feel like you want to fire him now.
Yeah.
And they waited, but then they've just announced even now as we speak, but extended it to 2026.
Yes.
Yeah, with Manchester.
Yes.
Why did it take Isanda? Like, didn't they know first when they lost the final, or give themselves a week to say, let's not overreact on emotion, let's give ourselves a week? But why would it take 4 weeks? Did anything else happen that has nothing to do with results in that 4 weeks? Mhlambe baxabene or indlela khulumisana nabo ngayo, mhlambe bebacela ukuthi abancenga ukuthi ngiyanicela bafethu nje 1 more year, but yena wathi no, fuck, I did well. Why do you think it took them 4 weeks to do that?
After he lost the semi-final, that's where the problem started.
So why wait 6 weeks here?
There were discussions amongst the board. Everyone they had to come, with their
Ubani board.
Mr. K. Let me put it this way.
It's confidential.
I know.
Because I don't know them.
Yeah, no, I know.
Uhlophe is the chairman now.
Yes, Uhlophe is the chairman, and as a chairman, there's people about
and kuma picture mina nginokumbona ameno throat muloto.
Yeah, maybe
pictures.
Maybe it's all of them. But there's other people that are involved with Mr. Keo, because Sundowns, Mr. Keo, the president, when big structure, he put the chairman and put people around him that they need to help him to run the team. So the people around him, these are the people that they influence him to come to that decision. And again, looking at the issue of having a sporting director, I said it to Guti, Sundowns, Upito did everything I want without a sporting director, and then now you guys decide to bring the sporting director. He didn't stay long, Upito, he left. Again, Rulani, why they didn't bring a sporting director when they were co-coaches? You know why? Because we couldn't turn them. We couldn't turn their heads. Because manje, by two, asaz who's taking a decision in the team.
Yeah.
So now that's why what they did. But Rulani, come and be a coach. We give you 4 years. after you give him 4 years, sifuna ukumcontrola ngithi. So asikhona ukumturn around. So that's why they went to get a technical director.
Do you believe this is the right decision? So we're speculating about what happened.
Yeah.
What is your opinion about what Sundowns has just done now?
Mr. Nkewo, I believe in education as personal mean. If there's things that Rulani did wrong, let's not look at Rulani as personal. Let's look at the things that he did wrong. Let's call him. Let's sit down now. Rulani, you did 1, 2, 3, and we believe and we see as a team what you did doesn't go according to what we want as a team. So can you fix this? How can you fix this? We want to help you. You took a team from from another record to another record, and we believe you can still do more because Rulani for me he's still young, and as young as he is, I think he also needs help. Let's not hit him personally.
Right or wrong decision?
Wrong decision from Mamelodi Sundowns. I think I don't know whether they really had enough time to digest that decision of saying
at 4 weeks after the final.
We had to.
They had 4 weeks after the final.
They had 4 weeks, Mr. Nkewo. That's
I don't know what they were waiting for.
That's why I'm saying I'm worried in terms of how they handle everything because one, Mr. Nkewo, before you take that decision, you consider all these things of the mistakes, how those things happen. Because I always say, when I make an example, Mr. Nkewo, when the team concede a goal, before I can judge the keeper here, I must look at where
did it come from?
Yes. So I don't know whether Sundowns they become harsh or they had enough time. They did they build up here to where everything started end up to where they have to take a decision.
Well, they could have said so. Sorry, they could have said, Mamela Ndoto. Lama time la mahrutman la wakipilana. They're gonna come back, whether you like it or not.
Yes,
they're gonna come back. We gave you a 4-year contract last year. You are on year number 2. Kobega, we support you. If that was a problem, which I do think it's a problem, if it happened the way SCB Akono is the one obakipila, you're not supposed to do that. You have to work with people. They could have found a way in education. We persuade each other as men. We persuade each other. We cannot allow a situation whereby our former players are no longer there because of you, if that's the case, if it's because of him.
Mr. Nkewo, ukuthi lento yakhe ina complex amaningi because when we hear him talk again kuma interviews when he says I want to have this player but it's between the director and the team and the agent. It says something now. So now you ask yourself, who wants that player? Is it you? Because I believe as a coach, if you want the player, no one needs to stop you. Because at the end of the day, if you don't perform, we're going to hit you as a coach. So if now the coach says, I would love to have this player, but it's between the player and the director and the agent. Now you ask yourself, in this case, who's the coach now? So that means Rulani, he's standing as a coach who loves Sundowns, who loves the players, who loves the team, but there's somebody who's coaching the team. For me, it sounded like kanjalo.
There's a good nkulumo so njengoba abantu bekhuluma ngale situation. Everyone has had their say, journalists, fans, even he himself when he was doing an interview, he said it's not allowed non-disclosure to say what happened.
Yes.
But there is this talk, and we always say this as well. We always stand up for black coaches, South African coaches, colored, vendor, whoever. Like as long as a South African coach and is doing the right thing, white South African, all of the South African coaches.
Yes.
There is this question, and I want to pose it to you. I saw people talking about it. Uguti, wena uyi-Sundowns, uncama club yakho ngomlungu ongamaziyo suka ngapha ya. You win the league 7 in a row. You have the best coach. Rulani is the best coach. He's better than all of them in that roster. Boy 16, Kwaza clubs is 16. Better than them in terms of attacking football, believing in something. Most of them they don't believe in anything. Just getting a job. Wena uyi-Sundowns, uncama lo mlungu lo. Ukhetha yena kunalo coach umnyama because Rulani anyways he was going to be fired if you give him 2 more years, if it doesn't do
One way
well,
or another, it was gonna happen.
If he doesn't win the Champions League, anyways, it was going to
Yes,
happen. But you are allowing this situation, you're going frustrator, you're technical director, and you're choosing this guy who you don't even know whether he believes in this best football that made Sundowns 2 years ago to become the best African team.
Can I make you laugh, Mr. Nkeo?
Mr. So-and-so.
They say the medicine of a black person, it's a white person.
Le nkulumo bayisho ngesuthu futhi.
Well, akazi ngesuthu.
Tswana, I've heard it's being said in Tswana. It's the same saying.
It's becoming a serious problem.
Yeah.
And for me, that's why they make me each and every year to start to now hate. I'm sorry to put it in that way. Hate to see foreign coaches coming to our league. Because look now, I will put it clear for everyone. Look at our national team. Firstly, I want people to remember what I'm saying, and I said it before. When Coach Bruce took our national team, he didn't want to select Sundowns players.
He said they're not good enough.
He said they're not good enough.
They don't help them with anything.
I ask you, Ngatimina, if you're saying they're not good enough, which team in our league that is playing Champions League? That they play at that highest level in this league, then you come and say these players are not good enough.
Tembazwane was too old as well. Tembazwane was too old for him.
Oh, he can't play Tembazwane. I want to build a team and all of that. He didn't want to select any players of Sundowns. Okay, with time, people they forgot.
And they give him the credit. Black South Africans
now,
are giving
now we're
him
saying
the
he's
credit.
a good coach.
Yeah.
But now I'm saying he's playing which players? Is it not Sundowns players? The core of his team. Those are Sundowns players. Then the very same players that he says they're not good enough. So that's why I'm worried. I'm very worried, Mr. Nkeo, in terms of how we move with our football in South Africa. Because if we're gonna say our national team coach said it to us, and no one
because they don't like Sundowns.
Because Sundowns, even people they're even saying no. Now FIFA fair play must come in for Sundowns. Why they have to buy all this? Everyone was like that. Now Sundowns, they took South Africa to a quarter-final. Semi-final. AFCON. So now Coach Bruce is a good coach.
Yeah, all the credit goes to him.
Yeah. Now, who was developing these boys? They are playing what type of football? Who's making them to play this type of football? Yeah, Mr. Nkeo, yeah. That's why I said, let me make you laugh.
Let's go to the last one. We need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And it has to do with where does Sundowns go? Where does Rulani go? You stay with Mangoba?
Yeah, Mangoba is staying there, and you know I respect the coach. I like the coach.
Pagama Mangoba, is it not his time now?
Mangoba, no Mangoba, we am negers with a coach manche. It's that's what they want at Sundowns.
Technical director.
That's what they want.
Yes.
That's what they want. And that's another big reason for Rulani decided, you know what, let me rather go. Because they want to control him. You cannot have a player. That's why when you asked me 3 weeks back, Uzuti gave me, what am I thinking on Zungu not to stay at Sundowns?
Yeah.
I said, the coach will tell us. And what is between the player, the technical director, and the agent. So it says a lot. It means now Rulani, they want to control him to say, no, we're going to sign this player for you. No, we're going to release this player for you. And this one is going to stay.
Where does he go, Rulani? Last one.
Rulani, I just wish him to maybe go to the north, get a team at the north, or
Saudi Arabia.
No Coach Pizzo, Saudi Arabia, because like if God can bless me and give me man, I'll buy a team and then I'll ask him to come and coach.
All right, there you go. There you go. Thank you very much, Mr. So there you go. Mamelodi Sundowns, big story. Rulani Mokwena. Try to not to be emotional, but that's the best coach, really. I don't know what the future holds for South African football. For Sundowns specifically, they still have those best players. Ribeiro will still be Ribeiro, unless a demon of a coach comes there and asks them to play long ball or whatever. About Ribeiro, they'll still be themselves. About Tebogo Mokwena, they'll still be themselves. If it's Coach Mangoba Mngoti, we expect that there wouldn't be anything much changing unless they frustrate him with the technical director, and then they're trying to do the things that they used to do before 2012, which is to buy 12 players at the same time so that all people can eat, and it has nothing to do with football. Kuyadliwa nje, kuyadliwa. Maybe they want to go back there. Maybe they will turn the corner and win the Champions League. Who knows? We shall see. South African football has been so uncompetitive in the last 7-8 years since Bidvest won the league, who is the last team to win the league outside of Mamelodi Sundowns. What has been the redeeming part about it is that at least we were watching a team that has been dominant and is boring, but at least we were watching a team that was playing football. It's like, okay, at least you can say we watched a good football match. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. It is iDiskiTV, Times, also sports betting. Thank you for watching us.